It was Chelsea that was trending all the way yesterday. And boy, where are all those pundits who said they didn't see Chelsea nicking this one? Well, Solomon joins us now, and thank you for coming on first and foremost. What happened to all of those, in spite of the way they get the ball off you, the way they play, even without the ball, the possession play? Chelsea eventually nicked that one from them.
It's ironic in football that you get to win the match without possessing the ball. That's exactly what happened yesterday.
It's happened to them before. Mourinho's Inter. They what was about possession, but they got the result.
Yeah, it's not the result. It's just the first leg of two legs.
But it's a result.
It's a result. They got the goal against the run of play. I had said that, look, if there was anything that Barcelona is vulnerable to, it's speed. If you play Barcelona with a lot of pace,
but
you will even see
pace compared to the way.
That was a counter-attack goal.
But Arsenal's pace, some say it looks like though it's faster than that of Chelsea, wasn't it?
No, it was a counter-attack. You have a Didier Drogba, who has presence in attack. You may not see him for a very long period on the pitch, but he's got this attitude. He comes with this attitude. He's got this presence that disturbs defenders. He puts the body on you. He's massive. He's strong.
Sometimes they had 2-3 players on him.
Yeah, because he's very strong. It's not even with the strength of Puyol, it was difficult to mark him out. Unfortunately, the central defensive pairing of Mascherano and Puyol didn't do justice to that. Maybe if Barcelona had a PK playing, probably would have given them aerial presence. But I think that Chelsea came with a game plan. The game plan was to defend, hold them back. You might find it very difficult to play them on their own turf, touching the ball like they do. So the best thing is just defend and push them to the wings. Now, you create a lot of problems for Barcelona when you defend and push them to the wings. They haven't got the height to connect crosses. And so all you need to do is don't let them play through the middle. You put all bodies behind the ball and force them to the wings, which was exactly what Chelsea did.
Yeah, but how come a lot of people didn't see that this was possible until they lost this match?
Well, that's because Barcelona always has a way of creating the result. And there's also this thing, that, look, no matter what you do, Barcelona remains a very good advert for football, so the establishment will always favor Barcelona. The FIFA president haven't spoken about a potential clash in the final. The UEFA president also haven't spoken about a potential clash in the final between Real Madrid and Barcelona. They just thought, well, look, it's a done deal. A lot of people thought, oh, look, it's a done deal. The establishment has spoken. So whether by hook or crook, Barcelona was going to get the result. Yes, they play well, and then a lot of people also think that the Chelsea team is not up to it at the moment. The team doesn't have a lot of depth, but credit must be given to them. They held that very well yesterday. Unfortunately, too, for Barcelona, having been pushed to the wings, they couldn't get the regular free kicks. Yes, they got a couple of free kicks, very close to the vital area, but they didn't get as much as they would need. And yesterday, I think there was a bit of ill luck. They struck the bar, the post a couple of times. Sanchez should have scored that goal. I don't know what in the world he was thinking, but having defended very well, Barcelona also played very well. But then you cannot rule out the element of luck that comes with it. That the chances were created, they unfortunately just couldn't score. They had their fair share of chances, but they just couldn't score it. I think that was a problem. But I'm surprised that there's so much celebration. One goal, well, maybe that's an advantage, but you forget that you are going to the Nou Camp where the pitch is much bigger than Stamford Bridge. And whether you'll be able to carry on when you defend, like when you put a lot of bodies behind the ball with bigger space in your defense area where Barcelona could create more chances because you have a bigger space. And so you need 11 men to come back, do the same thing you did at Stamford Bridge. That might be pretty difficult considering that Barcelona will be playing at home also.
Yeah, but beating Barcelona anywhere in the world, any turf, was also a big ask, and Chelsea pulled it off.
Well, it's amazing too. Maybe I'm a football purist. I do not celebrate. Chelsea needed to do what they had to do to get the result. That was important. But I do not celebrate a team that plays defensive play, a negative football against a team that brings to bear everything that football is. Beautiful.
Yeah, but
game.
what is everything that football is without
That's
results?
what Barcelona is.
Without results.
Barcelona brings the results.
No, but with
they've
this
been
result,
winning.
with this particular results, Chelsea they're going through something here, and we shouldn't take it away from them. These guys put up a good fight on the night.
Certainly, I am not taking it away from them. They did very well. The level of concentration was very, very high. I think that was also what was missing in the Real Madrid team against Bayern Munich. I knew that, look, Bayern Munich will sustain the level of play, even if you score. Bayern Munich will sustain the level of play, and Real Madrid did not realize that. It was always going to be tough for Real Madrid. Now, it's not a done deal. Even with the one away odd goal, as they say, it's not done and dusted for Real Madrid. Yes, you say that Real Madrid needs to get just a goal, but Bayern will also keep attacking and attacking and attacking. They did it to Manchester United. Manchester United thought they've got the odd away goal, but lo and behold, Bayern Munich, came and gave them the battery in 2010, and in the dying minutes of the game, Bayern came up with two goals. So the point is, Chelsea's level of concentration on the night was fantastic.
Yeah,
but whether they will be able to do that at the new camp is another thing.
Well, Iniesta says that he's tweeting saying, "Look, it's going to be an intense 90 minutes of football in Camp Nou," and so
certainly they also still need to be able to deal with the pace and power of Drogba. Maybe by then Gerard Piqué will be back, because one problem Barcelona had in that game clearly was, look, they just didn't have the aerial presence each time they are pushed to the wings. Once they are pushed to the wings, all you need to do is you push them to the wings, then they will need to cross the ball. The other option is to try to dribble from the wings into the middle. Now, that was difficult. Chelsea made that very difficult for them. And each time they crossed, there was nobody to connect the ball. Now, even if you had a Gerard Piqué, you can only ask for a Gerard Piqué or Carlos Puyol to connect the ball area, who are the tallest players in the Barcelona team, to connect the ball when you have a corner kick, when you have a free kick very close to the vital area. That's only when the area presence comes. But all the forward line, all the outfield players up front for Barcelona are not people with so much height. So, and then coupled with the fact that there's an important game coming up over the weekend
for both of them.
For both. Well, for Chelsea, it's not a title decider. For Barcelona, it is a title decider, and it is the biggest game in the whole world. For Chelsea, it's important against Arsenal, but not as big as the El Clasico.
Yeah, but they're not going to have an excuse because Real Madrid have the same match, and they've got a challenge also to upturn the 2-1 deficit they've got. So both sides, these are professional, top-class, world-class clubs.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of matches they live for.
My complaint is not about the two teams having reasons to complain.
For Chelsea?
When there are reasons to complain, you will complain. The number of games are getting too much, and the time for recovery for the muscles to replenish itself and give you top performance.
Isn't that why they're supposed to have 22 men? So you pull from 22.
Even if you have 30 players, there will always be first-rate players who will always play in the 11. The other 25 men, or the other number in the 25-man list, will play some games that are not as strong as playing in Real Madrid. And I think that's a problem with a team like Manchester City that plays Yaya Toure and David Silva in every game, even for games that they ought not to play. And so you find that they get injured and the team loses its depth because there's no David Silva and there's no Yaya Toure.
But in the case of Bayern and Real, it looks as though, having gotten that goal at the last minute or thereabouts, and it looks as though we've heard people say it is a team that will maintain their discipline and sustain that concentration that will eventually get to that day.
I think so. Bayern Munich has such great discipline. Unfortunately, with all the stars in the Real Madrid team, I think that they are not particularly disciplined, and you saw it in that game. At some point, when they felt frustrated, they started kicking the Bayern players. The Real Madrid team is a team that plays with so much intensity and so much power, but then they saw a Bayern Munich that was stronger, that had greater intensity, and so they were frustrated. They were annoyed that so there could be a team that will be stronger, that will show greater intensity, that will show greater power play than they are known to play. So there was a bit of frustration. Yes, the odd goal came. The odd goal came somehow because you expect that a team of Real Madrid's quality will always be able to produce chances that will lead to goals. Yes, the odd goal came, but Bayern Munich is such a team that they can actually make you frustrated and play at a particular tempo till the end of the game. Real Madrid does not have that. Real Madrid players lose their cool when they get frustrated, and you would have seen that some of the players in on the Real Madrid side were lucky to have stayed till the end of 90 minutes.
Will you stick your neck out? Who will be in the finals?
I expect Barcelona to get into the finals, but you see, football being what it is, Chelsea has a one-goal advantage. All they need to do is to keep a clean sheet at the Camp Nou. If they can't do that, they will get the result. But then Barcelona, you just can't
Real
write them
or Bayern?
For Bayern and Real, it's a tight game. It's close to call. I'd rather see Bayern Munich qualifying. But for the football establishment, they prefer a Real Madrid Barcelona. That's big, that's massive, that brings a lot of economic reward. And then Barcelona would also not want to play Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. That's where the final is coming. That's Bayern's home. The football establishment might also take that into consideration. It's going to make it a bit one-sided.